Brilliant. So in today's session, we're going to continue with what we started with at the end of last session and ask you to think about over the weeks that we've been apart. So we defined last time, didn't we, about accountability and authority of managers. So accountability, just to remind you, is about what are you responsible for? Which kind of bucks stop with you as a manager? If we go for the negative, if something goes wrong, what sits with you? But equally, if something goes right, were you accountable for you? Is that something that you've achieved? And then the authority is about what are you allowed to do? What are you permitted to do? And some of the things we talked about last time, some of the obvious are how much money are you allowed to spend without getting authorization from somebody else. From a people management point of view, do you have the authority to conduct disciplinary hearings and make decisions, or does that sit with somebody else? And as we said last time, obviously for the assignment, this is the section that you need to be writing your answers to, but obviously it's important that you pass your assignment, but it's really, really important in a management role but that you know what these two things mean to you. Because if you don't, you could get yourself into trouble and cause issues in the organisation if perhaps with all the best intentions you do something that you don't have the authority to do that might have a ripple effect, or you don't realise you're accountable for something and something doesn't happen and you don't know that until somebody comes back to you. So how do you know what your levels are? Again, this is going to help you with the assignment, but as I'd say, I'd urge you to find out. If you don't know for your own roles, how might you find out? So looking at the structure of the organisation, so where do you sit within that? If you're quite near the top, you've probably got quite a lot of accountability, but are there others involved? And again, what department or role are you working in? Some of it might be around legal requirements, which we're going to do in a little bit more detail in a minute. I'm sure you've all got great job descriptions or role profiles. If not, I can help you with that, but have a look at that. So what are you accountable for? What are people expecting from you? What can and can't you do in relation to decisions and use of resources? There might be audit requirements or professional limits. So depending what your role is, there might be things that you can't do, and you hopefully know that because of your profession and any restrictions that go around that. What access do you have to information and data? So that might obviously have an impact on what you can do if you don't have the information, but equally, what do you have access to? And as a manager, who can you share that with? Obviously really important, there's a small thing called data protection, which hopefully you've all heard of. Really, really important to be aware of. Again, what can and can't you access and what can you share with other people? And hopefully this should also be outlined in policies and key documents, which we'll have a look at in just a minute. So the second part to this question, which we're going to do as an exercise in a minute, it asks you what legal and organisational frameworks should managers be aware of in relation to accountability and authority. So legal, as the word suggests, this is not created by the organisation. This is something that's enshrined in law that dictates what you potentially can and can't do. But organisational frameworks is something created by the organisation that will give you that indication of that level of accountability and authority.